Welcome, welcome to the World Cup Top 32 of Smash. This is Port Priority 8. 900 people have fallen. Only 32 remain.
Insane.
And this is the best of the best the world has to offer. These players have fought through just so
The
much to
gauntlet.
get here. Absolutely. I'm Jet the Jenga God, and I'm joined by
Goose, hey everyone.
And this is going to be just
Yeah.
no, this is just the pinnacle. This is the pinnacle of Smash Bros. Right now. I couldn't be happier to be here to bring you this quad stream action. We are going to be on the side stream, top 32, looking at some just incredibly epic matches that are going to come through, and they're going to be fast. They're going to be furious.
Yeah, and I mean, just looking at the desk we got in front of us of everyone sitting down.
Yeah,
it's
these
just
are
nothing
grand
but
finals of several
killers.
tournaments.
Yeah, just absolutely just a stellar representation of international talent from all over the world. We had a chat earlier having to make sure we had the right flag icons, and the list was so long. I've never seen anything like it because we got representation from all the continents, people coming out. It's really, I mean, the going word on the street has been this is the most stacked tournament since Civil War. 7 years
It
ago.
might be
which
the
is
most
saying
stacked
something.
tournament. And man, I mean, speaking to the players that we have here, that is unsurprising. A bunch of the players that we're going to be seeing, they're gonna be eliminated. We have Apollo Kage versus Mutace. Loser, what do they get? One past 33rd.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
I-
fighting for man. You're fighting for your life at 25th. You're not
25th.
even in the top 16 or the top 8.
Not even the top 16 just yet. And yeah, 26 Rising off, going to be one of our first matches. Kiriosh versus Riddles on the other side, as well as what do we have? Shattuck Lima and Gact Meister as our 4 matches to start us off. We're doing all the losers bracket matches for now, and we're going to be 2 rounds of losers. Then we're going to do a round of winners. Then we're probably going to do one more round of losers. And yeah, then we'll be back into the action. As you can see, the names are already all up on your screen. Honestly, it's going to be really hard to decide which match to focus on, but we're going to do our best.
Absolutely.
Anything that looks exciting, we're going to talk about. Anything that, isn't exciting, we're probably going to gloss over.
Exactly. And that's the cool thing about the quad stream, obviously. For as a viewer, you get to key into all these incredible, just top-level gameplay, top-level experiences, but also the character diversity. I mean, just let's take a look here at what is on the character select screen. I don't believe we've got any duplication here.
8 separate characters for sure.
And just also the matchup diversity we're going to see here. I mean, we got a floaty versus a person who likes to make things go boom. We've got some people who like to combo unit. I mean, the bottom right, we got some
Combo right,
touch
bottom
of
right's going to be
death.
violence. That will
Yeah.
be violence. If you're looking for a slow controlled matchup, it's probably not going to be on the screen at all. All of these things are going to be pretty back and forth, although Meister Cactus can be a little interesting because I know that's considered one of, if not the worst matchup for Ness. So
Yeah, really definitely going to struggle. You're going to see how he's able to deal with that. Right now, looking off to a pretty good start, fairly even across the board. Ness, I mean, staying in pretty decent neutral positioning, staying in good stage control, clearly has some experience here and, well, got full bucket, but we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, that's the thing is, a lot of times when you get the full bucket on a weak hit like that, it doesn't actually do that much, but it's still going to kill at like 70%, definitely. But still, just a miss there. And Gax taking an early lead there, while Apollo Kage versus Mutace is going on in the top left, and that's going to be just sort of a very slow and controlled long-term match.
Really just 2 players jockeying for stage control. Obviously, both of them have items at their disposal. There's a lot of set play that's going to be going on. Peach obviously running the clock in terms of her just weight, so can't afford to do too many trades. And, approaching that deadly up tilt percent when Snake just deletes you from the screen.
Yep, and he tried to go for it right there, but a good spot dodge gets Mutace out of that. And unfortunately, this is actually a sponsored team kill. Both of these players from 26 Rising, both good friends, like each other, and unfortunate to see them go, but that's just the way it is in the top level competition.
That absolutely the nature of it. Bottom left, Lima is actually going to draw first blood against Shattuck, and that's actually a little surprising to see the first. It's been almost a minute first stock falling there in this more conventional. You've got the combo, the comboer in Bayo in the semi-honest sword character. Do I dare say in Corrin?
Yeah, I mean, Corrin has been losing her honesty status for us for a
bit.
long period of time. No, yeah, it's sort of it's fallen to the wayside as these Corrin combos where you get like 60 off a single hit have started coming out, as well as really crazy confirms and people realizing exactly how ridiculous it is. But I do think the threat range that Lima has is going to be a huge problem for Shattuck. So we'll see if he can really figure something out in that matchup.
Yeah, and we're going down to the bottom right. We got two pretty fresh-ish stocks, last stock situation. Kiriash looking for something there, not actually going to be able to land the grab. And this is just such a volatile matchup where you got Go on deck on one side. You've got a low percentage-ish opponent who's in range of just getting comboed. Like, who's going to touch first? Who's going to die first? It's really just incredibly volatile.
Yeah, and Kiriash catching that down B and gets the first game, as well as the first game out of all four of these. Just a very, very quick round there. And yeah, this is a big, big upset game-wise. I mean, if you talk about, Kiriash getting here through Zamba, that was the 8th seed overall in the tournament, and now he's fighting Riddles, who's the 9th seed overall in the tournament. If he wins this one, like, what an incredible run already. I mean,
what a statement for Luigi mains everywhere, making an absolute statement. A lot of people, there's a big giant mid-tier in everyone's tier list, and it usually occupies some netherworld in there. But doesn't matter where you sit on a tier list when you're sitting in this kind of level of talent. Taking game one against Riddles, and up at the top right, looking like Meister striking first.
Yeah, Meister getting that first game there. And, it's sort of a thing where a lot of times in a matchup like that where people have this perception of it being really, really bad, sometimes it doesn't really quite work out like that at the beginning because both players are like, sort of feeling out each other's weak points, feeling out when they can fight the other person, what they can exploit the habits of. But it comes into fruition a little bit later in the match sometimes when it's like, oh, okay, like once I've figured out how I can open you up, then the advantage state is where it just goes absolutely crazy. And
talking about advantage state,
bottom right. Oh, he almost got that kill. What a crazy conversion. Just added a couple extra layers with those up tilts into the up B, but not quite getting the kill.
That was just, I think that was a 0 to 105. That was just ridiculous. Luckily, for some reason, Sakurai decided all the FGC characters have giant boots of iron lead, and they're incredibly heavy. And Riddle's able to strike back there, and despite getting 0 to, well, it looks like we're going to even things up. The stock's flying off the screen here on the bottom right, just in terms of you just never know when it's going to end.
Yeah, I feel like this is definitely going to be one of our most explosive matchups, and also likely to be the matchup that finishes the first. As we check out in the top left, Apollo Kage versus Mudace, still on game one, and I think that Kiriash Riddles is probably going to finish before they get through 2 games, judging based on the pace of it so far.
Yeah, and you can't blame Apollo Kage for playing very carefully here. Any kind of fair is going to take it, almost dying there to the back air at a 181. But the thing is, Rage, Snake, and all those explosions, a lot of shenanigans against a light character like Peach. Going to be interested to see if he can potentially steal this away. What a parry!
What a parry! Wow, what an answer. It was just back and forth, the counterplay, because he knew that if he didn't parry that, the shield was almost certainly going to be poked through that forward air. But Mudace was still ready for the parry and punish on the other side, floated straight through him, normally not being able to go through your opponent like that. But when you float, you can. And unlocking something on the
Unlocking stuff. We're doing workout here.
And last stock already on the bottom right for Kiriash and Riddles. They are going absolutely ham in this game.
Yeah, seeing here if Kiriash can get back on stage. All right.
Uh-oh.
Grab it, 0.
Might be it. Here we go.
Boom.
He keeps it going. And it does not get the kill once again because the aerial up be a lot weaker than the grounded one.
And on these, the blast zones here on Small Battlefield, they're not the tallest.
No.
But they're tall enough, and the weight of Terry is just enough that it's unfortunate that 0 to death just doesn't actually, it's not death. It's just 95, and then able to answer back with that classic Terry confirm.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there is there's got to be a route that actually kills, but I'm not sure maybe Kiriash has it ready.
Maybe off of a platform, because obviously in that extension, not using the platform there, maybe it needs to be a platform extension. I don't know. All the stages have those slightly different heights, so maybe there's a stage out there where that kills, but I don't think so.
Well, he is running it straight back to Small Battlefield. I like to talk about when people counterpicked to the same stage they were just counterpicked on and lost. It always feels like someone is probably wrong there. Like, one of those two
Right.
players is probably wrong. So we'll see who's wrong right now. Is
Dear.
Kirash
Yeah.
already falling to that Nair dare confirm. So effective at killing people who don't quite have that vertical height, but grab right back. And this is already see. Oh, he tried to get the combo going even further and did not quite get there.
And that's a good call out on the stages. I feel like sometimes people focus a little too much on stages in certain matchups, but the bottom right for sure is a very, very stage-dependent matchup. There's a lot going on there in terms of the routes to kill, whereas sometimes if it's two sword characters, like, obviously that doesn't matter, but
Right.
it's like, is it going to be the fundamental thing that affects the match?
And meanwhile, on the top right, Meister versus Gact is really just a very controlled match so far. Both these characters having explosive damage, but at the same time taking a long time to actually get that kill. Because they're both very evasive type characters. Moving around ambiguously, having good defensive options for Game & Watch. And right now, just down airing on the platform over and over. And he's like, "What do you even do?" Well, actually, Ness up air I think beats it. I think Ness up air beats it.
Seem to work.
Yeah.
Looking for, Ness holding on for dear life to this final stock. Rage Ness back air is going to probably start to kill off the side pretty soon here, if not already, with bad DI.
In the corner, it would kill. On town, for sure.
Oh, man. Living to 189, not something you're super...
Untechable.
Yeah, untechable. Ness not that big of a boy, usually not living that long.
I feel like this is actually a misconception a lot of people have in terms of, like, Ness dying early, but the best Nesses, no pun intended, really have just figured out how to keep recovering and go to, like,
the survivability.
Late percentages, and yeah, they have that survivability.
That's a good call. Last night, watched and send Top Cut doubles, living to 200 a couple times.
Don't die.
Just does not die.
He just went for the 9. Got a 7 though. That's actually a really nice one to get, as it just gives you a ton of health back. And suddenly we're in a very even game, and a huge pickup there for Meister.
That up B, just have to find an answer to it and just respect that up B, up air kind of just option that has access to. Still relatively close, but with every up air and up B, that seems to be the go-to option here, is just slowly clawing this game away.
And let's keep an eye on that one while we take a look out. Okay, never mind. That one's over.
Yeah.
Key gets it done, but Mutace and Apollo Kage in the top left on their final stock of this second game. And it turns out we might see this second game end before Kirash and Riddle's full set, but it'll be close, as this game right now is down to the wire. I mean, we both know these characters have insane kill confirms. Snake off of grenades or a grab can sometimes set up a Nikita. Almost getting that up air confirmed might have killed, but the parry into up tilt, and Apollo Kage taking that one once again. Last hit, last stock by the bare bones of his feet.
Yeah, that up tilt just reaching out in front into space and time sometimes looks a little funny how it just gets you in there, but you got to respect it. Go into that game 3 with both having points on the board. Looking to the bottom left, we're looking at Lima Shattuck both on the board, and in this first initial stock, who's going to be the one to take it? Shattuck's sitting at 163.
Yeah, I mean, the first game looked very decisive from Lima.
Yeah.
But Shattuck is so good at adaptation. I'm not surprised that he took the second one as well as the counter pick. But on this FD, it's seeming like both these players are actually fairly evenly matched, with that up air killing it absurdly early percents. Just 111 after the hit. Jab will answer right back, though. We are sitting at a Smash 4 game. Both these characters being top tier in Smash 4.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a throwback. Now just looking for the opportunity to get this Bayo combo started.
Oh, so unfortunate for Shattuck. I mean, it's just it's hard to know if you're going to have to tech or not.
That was a weird situation down under there. Like, there's a lot of options Bayo has there to send you against the stage at that low percent and get teched out at that really nasty angle. And then, unfortunately, just that recovery is all right, but just not having the range to actually recover, and now you're going to have to play from behind.
Yeah, this is almost certainly curtains for Shattuck for this game. Gonna have to get those last 2 in a row if he wants to make it happen. But right now, Riddles is making a statement in this bottom right, 3 stocks to 1.
Yeah.
I didn't even get my sentence finished before he's like, "No, I got another one in the bag, homie." And here we go, keeping that pressure going. Kirash going to have to perform a miracle if he wants to get out of this one.
Yeah, just with the resources on deck for Riddles and just the explosiveness of Terry, that's what you need to get something started, though. Shield going to allow him to at least secure that first stock. It's just so tough when you're fighting against the FGC, and they have so many options whenever your stock resets to combo you at low percents. And obviously, Terry, very much a comeback character, but when you're playing against Terry from behind, mentally, you just got to keep your cool, keep collected, and have faith in Luigi. Have faith in that up B.
Yeah, Terry is definitely one of those characters who can kill you off of like one interaction in so many different ways. Basically, all of your percents are they have a way to kill you. They've got that nair down air, but could be a good opportunity for Kirash. And speaking about killing in few interactions, Luigi definitely one of the players that's able to kill in the fewest.
Yeah, looking to get back onto stage here. Coverage with a fireball. And that's going to send into the center. Not quite going to kill just yet. Riddles just playing really patiently, looking for the dash attack. I was going to be surprised if that killed.
Yeah, shoulder tackle really, really strong. Not quite able to kill that time, but certainly will.
Stale.
With one more, but the stale moves. Wow.
Really going out there. You don't usually think of Terry as someone who's going to go super deep, but losing it down.
I mean,
uh-oh.
There's
now
always
the
a
rage.
chance.
Is the rage? I don't know how the rage combo is going to exactly affect with the grab. I know that's a factor. We're going to have to see. Get it started.
Getting a combo started.
Oh.
Kirash just barely whiffing that up B, getting the weak hits, and Riddles taking that game with a nice little up smash, finishing before anybody else. But right now, there's still some crazy sets going on. Once again, going for the 9, but just gets the 5 and combos it into even more damage. Meister is just going off in this game.
Yeah, really. I love when you see Game & Watches who, one, just go for the hammer in general. Like, why play the character if you're not going to let it rip every once in a while? And then, on top of that, being able to actually follow up off of those various options, since you do have a whole range of possibilities there. Great stuff to see from a character who, some of the options are a little simple.
Oh!
I don't understand that.
Yeah, so even a lot of hitboxes for up Bs, if you hit them with a move, the hitbox will end.
I mean,
I
wasn't on that. Yeah.
Yeah. That one, it just keeps going. The rocket don't stop for nobody, for no bacon, for no sausage, whatever that is.
166-0. Gonna be Gak's got the work cut out for him here.
Yeah, this seems to be all but over as just one more hit, almost in throw kill percentage as well. Might see down throw killing at about 225, I think.
At this point, this is when all of a sudden things you didn't think are kill moves become it, and that for sure going to seal the deal. Meister keeping a pretty clean 3-0 there.
Yep, and now moving on into, let's take a look at the bottom left where Lima is once again leading Shattuck here. Shattuck, he's such an incredible player, but he is up against a brick wall right now. But Lima just seems so prepared for all of the options he's going for.
Yeah, really just I don't really know what the get out options are for Corrin. I mean, everyone has to approach the Bayo matchup differently.
Right.
But obviously, we assume that they got the SDI down. We just have to assume at this level you understand that.
Sure.
But then what are your options in counterplay when you're getting comboed like this and Bayo's so comfortable just exploiting you off stage?
I mean, I think the answer is you just have to combo back and combo back harder, right? Right there, huge damage off of that forward air into the pin. But all right, top left, we're going to be having a Game 5 Apollo Kage versus Mutace. Mutace taking that one very decisively, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one when the next game starts. But right now, the Shattuck versus Lima set. Shattuck is hanging on to his last life quite well as he came back after that really low first stock. But okay, how does he deal with this one? He tried to tech, but it was a bait.
That was
the single hit fair.
Yeah, what an intelligent play by Lima, using the witch time, setting up the situation where it's ambiguous. How are you going to tech? Are you just going to get knocked with a little bit of hit stun? Really a hard thing to even think about in the moment there. As we're watching it, it was hard to even comprehend. Incredible set play there by Lima, and really putting himself in a position
this might be it.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Unfortunate for Shattuck. It's going to fall 3-1 to Lima, who seemed to have all of the answers this time. And now Lima going to be moving on into the next slot of the bracket. Unfortunately, Shattuck falling at, what was it, 25th?
25th or 33rd?
No, 25th. 25th.
Yeah.
30. We're already in top 32.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be unfortunate for him. But right now, Apollo Kage Mutace, Game 5 scenario. Both these players have been playing their hearts out, and I know they both want this opportunity to get further into this bracket, to get that Watch the Throne slot, to make this top 8.
Combo off the explosion there.
69% on Apollo Kage. Mutace already starting off hot here, Goose.
Really, really incredible just awareness there for Mutace to not only have his own combo game going, but actually continue it off of Snake's own grenade. And just a really, really solid start here, basically about a 50% lead. And like we were saying earlier, this has just been just watching these two play, very methodical, item-focused. What are the resources on deck that they have available to each other to just keep their spacing, understand the threat range, and then also get into these scrappy situations here as well.
Yeah, I mean, all right, real quick, I want to introduce some of the other
wild
matches we have coming up on stream. We have Akula Ashimo going to be coming up.
Have you ever seen this in your life?
Have I seen Akula versus Ashimo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch Japanese tournaments.
I've never seen this particular matchup ever just before. Like the Ryu.
They play against each other decently often.
Oh, this is button check.
This is button check. Yeah.
No,
this is button check.
I was like, this is interesting play here that I'm not familiar with.
The one where you run off down and kill yourself with an anvil? Yeah. But yeah, so Akula Ashimo, that is going to be a great set. And then Spargo versus Ken. This is, Spargo been playing against Sonics a lot recently.
Yeah.
Just over and over again in the top 8 of Coinbox and the top 8 of Majors, just everywhere. So I want to see, I'm a little surprised to see Ken going with the Sonic, but I mean, I guess that's been his go-to so far in the bracket.
Yeah, definitely. Only what I've seen so far. I haven't seen all of his matches. Probably pretty comfortable, I would imagine, at this point in this particular matchup, just with Sonic. And like you mentioned, they've played a decent amount before. It's looking like a pretty standard, aggressive, fast character game plan. And Ken implementing his, I'd say, more reserved than Sonic's, if I'm making the comparison, style of Sonic play.
We'll see, but let's keep our focus on this top left. This is a Game 5 situation.
Right.
Those games can sit in the back burner for a little bit as we look at this crazy match right there. And at C4, Apollo Kage one step closer to moving on in bracket. Has to get out of the corner versus Peach, though, and that is certainly a tall order, Goose.
Oh, getting the back air there. And the option select, trying to mix up at the ledge. Mutace was just ready for it, though, and we're in a last stock situation here, Game 5. They kind of took a breath there for a moment. Just stopped, pull our items, like, all right, how are we proceeding in this last stock situation? Oh, Mutace with the combo!
Okay, just a big damage combo, not going to be going to a kill, but every time you see a combo starter with a turn-up in hand, we go to the Mutace Twitter clips, and you've seen some crazy stuff from there.
Wild stuff. Just the Z-drop confirms that you're able to do with this character, and Mutace one of the best in the business at being able to pull them off consistently. Just look at how they're just not giving anything up. So few percent exchanged on this last stock. Really playing this incredibly methodically.
Yeah, this is going to go down to the wire for damn sure, as just both these players, they don't want to give up anything, but finally a turnip hit, just a grab off of it as Mutace doesn't want to go for anything too much with 2 grenades lying on the ground right next to him. This turnip is in hand, just slowly eking out more and more percent against AK. As he's just evading these grenades over and over again. It seems like impossible to hit Mutace at this point, and he doesn't care about hitting you ever.
Yeah.
He just has to hit you once, he knows. But big confirm, no, doesn't get the neutral air follow-up, Goose.
Not able to break out this kind of invisible wall that Mutace is creating by just holding an item and saying, yeah, you can throw your items at me, but I'm able to kind of just jockey around them. And if you want to come in here, I've got a plant right here for you. Time to go do some gardening. And,
yeah, I've got a plan and I've got a plant.
Yeah, slowly but surely. And every time you also pull out that item, there's always that small possibility that you're going to pull something some fun time.
Something a little juicier.
A little juicier.
And okay, should be fine. Oh, he's just dead. And that's it.
I looked away for a half a second and it was over.
Somehow he fell past the stage and didn't have any way of exploding himself to get another chance at life, and that's going to be it for Apollo Kage's run. Feud Ace goes on in the bracket. Apollo Kage ending at 25th.
Feels like Mudace kind of just willed that into being there with this slow, methodical style and approach with the turnips and just picking them apart until the point where, it just ended. A little anticlimactic, but it was well-earned there, just being super conservative, really just, take a deep breath. Here's my game plan, last stock situation, making it work. Going down to it looks like we missed Akola Asimo.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on it. It was a 2-stock by Akola. It was pretty dominating. I mean, there was some opportunities for Ashimo where he didn't quite get as much as he could have, but it was still a pretty dominating game so far. And right now on the top right, we see Spargo up with a pretty decent lead with a down air up smash, already almost ending this game off, and an up air trying to keep it.
Kill?
No, up air is not that strong. It's good, but
I'm so used to just getting robbed by that move at this point. Every time I see it halfway in the middle of the screen.
It's funny. Back air actually kills off the top earlier than up air. I don't know if you know the back hit of back air.
Oh right, yeah. And it's always funny because you're not always even sure which one it is.
Is that a down air?
Yeah, it's
exactly.
kind of hard to tell sometimes.
All right, but still, this is looking really good for Spargo. But Sonic is certainly a character that can steal your stock against a character like Aegis. He's got some opportunities.
Absolutely, and can play that kind of pick you apart piece by piece play style where trading your hits, just being really, really smart. Obviously, the frame data of Aegis is going to make that a little bit more difficult, but we're seeing Ken start to put on a showcase in exactly how to make this type of comeback.
He still lives. All right. I was gonna say if he died after that confirmed, that would have been super funny.
Yeah.
But not gonna be killed by that anvil because only got hit by the landing hitbox of it. Pretty huge difference between the landing hitbox and the aerial one.
Asimo doing just fantastic, holding on to this first stock at 173.
And meanwhile, something crazy happened over on the other side. Umeki just beat SkyJ. Okay, I've just received word from the other side that Umeki has beaten SkyJ. And chat, if anything crazy is happening over on the other stream, go ahead and let us know. We're keeping an eye on it. Thank you so much, Umeki. 3-2 SkyJ last hit. Wow, what a crazy showing for there. It means 2 Peaches still left in the tournament. One of them in winners. All right, but Ashimo finally losing that first stock. But we looked away.
207%.
He took a lot of damage before he finally giving it up. And but this is a really difficult situation. Finally finding his way up, but I think the crafting table might have messed up that confirm.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think it was the smash DI because he went for 2 down tilts there. And a lot of times if you go for 2 down tilts, that gives people enough time to smash DI away. But that is not going to be it for Ashimo, as he just gets another confirm. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, Ryu can just delete your stock. Steve or no Steve has the complete ability to delete your stock, especially when you get up and personal and are in that confirm range to confirm into those hits. And looking for the down tilts at ledge, pretty effective.
Getting more damage on Akala as Ashimo's trying to figure out his way out of the corner, but he's been doing such a good job of against Steve, who is my gosh. What?
I thought that might be coming up. I was like, wait, is he too far away?
It's perfect. It was the perfect spacing. Wow, what a way to kill there. Oh man, yeah. Okay, here's a big opportunity, but not getting a full follow up on that pick loop. Just having the wooden tools, so perhaps not enough hits done. And parry the first hit of the collarbone breaker. Big opportunity.
In a situation where the blocks keep him alive, but just a boot to the face. Gonna even up the scores here, bringing it to game 3.
Yeah, Ashimo, certainly a player with, I think, the capability to take down Akala. Has taken, I think, a couple sets before. I can't remember specifically off the top of my head, but I know he's at least taken Akala to game 5 a couple times. And so I think that this is a kind of an interesting thing to happen in the first round of top 32 in this tournament, where it's just a little bit surprising to see these 2 Japanese Titans slugging out right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And definitely it's been interesting to see some of the players who come out from these other regions and come in with that experience of specific matchups. In this, I don't know if there's any other relevant Ryus in the tournament.
There's not.
I don't think so. Nope. But it's been interesting to see how some people with knowledge from other regions, since we do have those character pools that are different by region, come in and being able to either deal with a regional threat,
Yep.
or sometimes have some trouble because maybe someone in the region has that experience.
Yeah, exactly. I've definitely seen that with characters, like Wii Fit Trainer or Snake or something like that. It's like
Yeah.
I got one of those. I know the matchup. Okay, but FD is certainly going to be a difficult ask. Poor Ashimo is just Akala gets so much stage control here. There's so much ability to keep you in the corner, but at the same time, it's just you can't fight your way out too quickly.
Yeah, and really unfortunate getting hit by that anvil, and just interesting to see the interactions with everyone thinks about how am I dealing with minecart. Like that's, comes down to the crux of a lot of people's interactions. Steve looks like Fireball is a tool that can deal with it pretty effectively, but it doesn't matter. You still got to, if you're in the air under Steve, you just got to be cognizant that that giant 5,000-pound piece of lead is coming down on your head, even if you're good at avoiding it.
Yep, even if you're good at avoiding it,
There's something else
eventually something will hit you. And okay, just going for a back throw, potentially trying to get like a weird tech situation off the blocks, but okay, this is pretty huge for Akala as he just is racking up these percents. And taking a look at the top left, we have another set that has started. And this is another Japanese matchup. We have T versus Mia, and Mia going to go for the Steve in this matchup, it looks like, as this is actually a set. It looked like a button check.
Yeah, I was about to, dude, I was literally about to say, is this a button check? But then it's just like, wait a second, no. These are two characters that are very comfortable. Are we sure this is? I'm not sure. No,
This is.
I'm
they're
sorry.
Fighting.
I'm not.
What? No way.
No.
What? They're not fighting? You got to be kidding
No,
me.
yeah, you got to.
They hit each other like 20 damn times.
I know.
Oh,
I was about to say, there's no way that this is a set.
So I've had this idea where
We've been bamboozled.
where you could like show commentators footage and be like, is this a button check or is this a real game? And this is definitely one of those ones where there's no chance anybody is ever getting this right.
They're just putting on a show right now for us. Is what they're
man.
doing. Just having some fun.
Meanwhile, Akala does take that third game, and in no surprising fashion, as he started off very hot, 3 stocks to 1. But Ashimo is definitely somebody who can answer back here. Let's see what he can do. As he's stuck in this corner right now, and this has been the bane of his existence. Akala just putting the pressure on so hard with these back airs, with these anvils, and this TNT right now.
So much coverage there, really, really tough. Intelligent usage there. Intelligent usage of your recovery there to try and thread the needle. You can tell that he has experience doing it, but just so difficult, and then just going to get back aired off of the side. Really looking pretty rough right now. But, if there's a slew of characters that have that comeback potential, able to blow you up, Ryu absolutely one of them. But
he just got hit 3 times with the same minecart. That's like pretty much the most amount of times you can get hit with a minecart. Oh. But right now, it's looking so bad. A really weird air dodge, and should be able to make it back with the vertical boosting. Yep.
And bottom left, we've got Tweak MVD.
Yeah.
An interesting matchup that I don't see too often. Just Sephiroth Snake. There's definitely some Sephiroths, right? But like, characters kind of fallen off a bit in terms of representation since he was like a little bit more just present.
Yep.
We know Tweak, big fan of the character, and it's going to be interesting just trying to weave in those giant sword hitboxes through all the explosions and deal with the fact that character has a big hitbox and pretty light, dying at 106 after the hit.
Yeah, back throw C4 is just one of the strongest kill confirms that Snake has, and if you get grabbed in the wrong spot or if you have a C4 sticking on you, it's certainly a situation that kills really early. Did you happen to see Tweak versus Kananabe earlier?
I didn't catch that one.
That was probably the set of the tournament so far. It was an absolutely wild Game 5 last stock, last hit scenario, and it was just, oh man, it was hard. It was heartbreaking for Tweak fans out there as he didn't quite manage to clutch it out. But I mean, still, this is gonna be an awesome set. I know Tweak is not the biggest fan of Snake as a character to fight, but I'm certain that he's been practicing for this matchup, given that there were literally 9 Snakes at this one.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where if you're doing homework for a character, definitely one of the ones that's going to be on the exam. It's on the rubric for sure. So looks like just looking for a way to close out this final stock here. MVD clinging to life, finally going to get taken out 210 after the hit.
Meanwhile, I do want to note that Akala cleaned up Ashimo pretty decisively in that fourth game. 3-1, still getting the game, still getting the first one, but Akala remains nigh untouchable for mere mortals.
Yeah, really starting to. We were talking about this last night. Just the grip that players like Leo had on the game. This firm grip, and obviously hasn't been as long, but that grip is starting to tighten a little bit. I think it's safe to say.
I mean, it's the big story is definitely the fact that Spargo beats Mia almost every single time. Sorry, beats Akala almost every single time. So I think that that's something that we're going to have to be wary of later in the bracket. But for now, Akala is going to advance one more round to fight Umeki after Umeki took that Game 5 versus SkyJ. And Mia versus T in the top left, we do see the Game & Watch, not the Steve. Not super surprised it's the Game & Watch. This is generally his preferred character in the matchup, as it's pretty good matchup for Game & Watch.
Yeah, I was doing a little research before the tournament, and I was maybe not aware when I saw the Steve on the screen. I was like, am I just, did I not do my homework? And
no, Mia definitely plays Steve, just not in this matchup.
Right. And generally speaking, I had mostly seen the Game & Watch, so not surprised to see this. And for this matchup in particular, JDV in our region talks about some of the matchups. He's not super popular, and Game & Watch definitely one of them that has a lot of tools to deal with the stuff that Pac-Man's able to throw out.
Yeah, you can't just autopilot as Pac-Man. You can't do your main basic options. You have to be very creative in this matchup. I play Pac-Man, and I hate this matchup so much. It's really hard. But right now, that's definitely very clear that T is a little bit behind in this matchup. And Mia is, deserving of his seed so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Finding that kill with the back air, going up 79% on 90 on this second stock, just trying to tack on extra credit here. And, yeah, really just doing a good job of working around all the tools Pac-Man has, working around the stage control and getting caught by the bell, but having an answer for it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that bomb was just hanging out just in time for Mia to get saved against the bell, not even by the bell.
Not by the bell, yeah.
And, okay, bottom left, MVD did take that first game against Tweak and is sitting pretty well on this first stock on a footstool into the activation of the C4. That's not one you see very often here, Goose.
Absolutely. And do you think we're going to see a potential character swap?
For Tweak?
Yeah.
If he loses this game, I don't know who will go.
Because
I don't think he goes Diddy.
I don't think Diddy. I don't see that. But
definitely not Wario.
So, I mean, this is probably.
I think this is it. This is the character. But man, if Tweak falls here, that would be absolutely tragic for just a lot of the Tweak fans. But I mean, MVD fans will be happy. MVD fans will be eaten.
Absolutely, and it just goes to show the level of talent at this event, where people who are complete and total champions in their own right. I mean, they're fighting for their lives well before top 8.
And speaking of well before top 8 and champions, Ken up 2-1 on Spargo. Just saw that forward air catch Spargo's up B, and that means Spargo's back is against the wall. Just one more game potentially sends him into the losers bracket, where we've already seen there is a slew of demons down there waiting to pounce.
100%. Definitely looking to see if that's going to be a change of the storyline. There's a lot of storylines being decided on the screen here right now.
Yes.
The paths into top 8, who's going to be contending, who's going to be sent home considerably more early than their seed would indicate. Just looking at the current match between MVB and Tweak, I mean, MVD just living for so long, almost at 200% here.
Yeah, I mean, that is the Snake Classic, right? It's like you trade evenly with him, and then he kills you somewhat early, lives forever, and then you just have such a difficult time. You're already on 110% on the next stock, and this is definitely what's happening with Tweak right now. But if we look at Spargo, he's doing a lot better in this game so far.
Yeah.
Already up 86%, but we've seen how the difference in interactions in terms of just being able to kill a lot more easily, being able to get a Gimp, is that benefit is definitely on the Sonic side. Just at any point, if he gets Spargo off stage, he clips him one time, he guesses right once. Spargo's dead. That same thing is not true on the other side. Spargo has to win these neutral interactions over and over again and get that percent up to get a read, either a read from Pyra or, just a really, really extended sequence from Mythra.
Yeah, it's a really good point because when you think about the strengths and weaknesses of Pyra, it's basically, as an RPG character, everything's at 10 except for the recovery pretty much. That's the area where Ken is able to find and exploit. There's a lot of wishy-washy situations where you're trying to side B back to ledge, you're trying to find that angle, and Ken has all the tools to deal with it. And Chad, I don't know if you can hear that. Something's going crazy on the mainstream right now.
It's Leo versus Kananabe, and I think Kananabe is doing really well. I think it's 1-1. Not 100% sure. It's hard to see from this angle, but yeah, it's looking pretty exciting. Leo versus Kananabe over there. If you want to look at that, but right now, Tweak is actually finding a huge amount of advantage versus MVD. I mean, look at this. Just incredible comeback after the first stock, and he almost gets the game right there, but a grenade saves the day as Mia just absolutely dominates the Kazuya from T. Both of T's main characters having a significant Game & Watch weakness, it appears.
Yeah, not having the obvious answer here. And whenever at this level, this stage in the bracket, if you're seeing those kind of character swaps, it's not because that their characters are refined, they're skilled, they're not just pockets, but that's them looking for an answer. That's a football coach on the field saying, hey, that play's not working. We got to try something else.
Yeah. And apparently that was not it, as Mia, clear domination in that game against the Kazuya. Already up 2-0 in this set, and back on Final Destination, if that's going to be Mia's choice. And another huge set in the bottom right. We're going to have Sonics versus Pocket. And Pocket, previously known as Onin, is just really a set that we haven't seen very many times, but Pocket is very clearly competent in this matchup. And on the other side, Sonics is just incredibly good versus Steve. This is something where I wouldn't be surprised if it went either way, but both these players know these characters' matchups inside and out.
Yeah, well, and it's just like when you think about the tools you need to deal with Steve, like you can approach it in a couple different ways. Some characters are weird, mid-ish, low tiers like Duck Hunt that have a projectile that they can put into Steve's house.
Yeah.
But then you've got a character like Sonic that just has the mobility and speed to just do this, what we're seeing on the screen right now. Kind of saying, yeah, you got a lot of scary stuff. I can't be under you because of Anvil. I've got to be aware of your stage control, but I'm also just fine to get a lead and then chill at mid-range.
The way I always hear it is if Sonic is played properly, Steve should never be able to hit him.
Yeah, I feel that's probably that. I wonder how much of the cast that's true for against Sonic.
I think it's just especially true for Steve, just how slow he is comparatively.
That's true, yeah. Definitely having to deal with kind of set play and option setup to actually get some of that damage.
All right, I want to direct your attention up to Spargo versus Ken, where Spargo is really close to taking this game, but he's still I was going to say he's still not quite out of the woods just yet. Game 5 needed, and this is going to be it for both of these two as Tweak versus MVD back and forth. First game very MVD favorite. Second game Tweak took with almost a JV 2-stock, and now this is going back and forth. Either one could take this third game, Goose.
Yeah, 100%. Just really trying to adapt on the fly from the beginning, where we saw, like you're saying, MVD seeming to have a pretty commanding lead. But now Tweak really in control here in this advantage state, just not allowing MVD to land, keeping center stage. And both of these characters really at kill percent. And up tilt's going to do the job every time there.
Yeah, for sure. And, it's just it's really scary to be at stake in this scenario. Just we know how good he is at just extending these leads, making sure he gets 1 or 2 grenade confirms, and just really keeping it going. Dash attack here. I mean, sometimes MVD just goes for these crazy forward airs off stage too.
Yeah.
We might see an early spike attempt.
100% could close things out really quickly, and those stray nair hits are not what Tweak is going to need here. Needs to find something, and not getting the right hit there for up air. Needs to find the answer to close out this final stock. The bleeding, you just don't have that much of it that you can do on this character that's incredibly tall, not very heavy. finding it there,
Yeah.
really needed.
Back air super needed as T falls once again here. One stock remaining, and if he doesn't take a game, this might mean Mia advances on 3-0 into winners quarterfinals.
Yeah, T has not so far been able to find an answer to the Game & Watch here. Looking like just Mia in a pretty just good position to just continue playing his game plan, kind of just ignoring Bell there, just saying, I just don't care.
Yeah, I mean, if it goes over you, there's not really anything it can do. So, all right, setting up this ledge trap. It's just so strong, but it's still not gonna quite get the hit. T is basically going for a grab in the
that gonna
corner.
do it?
Back air is it.
Yeah.
Mia, the only player to make it through this round, not dropping a single game. No games dropped all tournament. The only other player who had that honor up until this point, I believe, was Akala. But Akala did drop that one to Ashimo.
Interesting. So, yeah, that's quite a statement here.
Yeah.
No games dropped.
No games dropped.
Up to this point in the tournament.
He's the only one that I can think of. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it. Sonics, I think, had it until he played against Big D.
Right.
But that was game 5, so not quite making it out. Man, wow. Just an incredible showing from Tweak as well, getting that game after being behind pretty far, and now one game away from taking MVD out of this bracket and moving on a little bit further. Meanwhile, Pocket and Sonics are having a scrappy battle in the bottom right corner as Pocket is sitting at almost 200%, trying to figure out a way to hit this little blue ball, which is just the bane of his existence right now.
Yeah, just so much speed and just not being able to actually find a way to get in here, and finally going to get taken out with the down tilt. And now Sonics in the lead here with a comfortable lead can start to implement that game plan of just being able to pick apart his opponent with the fact that he's got, of course, the ability to dash in, take advantage of any opening, but can also just do that kind of circle campy, like platform campy play style that Sonic's capable of doing when you have that lead. And while I don't think this is going to go to time, obviously players being super aware of the time on the clock, 137, it becomes a factor, in my opinion. Once you get to 130, they're at least aware of it.
This game is no longer winnable for Pocket. I'm just going to say that right now.
I wasn't going to say it, but
he cannot win.
It's going to be really, really rough.
And if he proves me wrong, let's go Pocket. I mean, good for you. But it's just not going to happen.
Choosing some of these interactions Sonics is choosing, though, if you choose to put your face into minecart a couple times, the equation starts to change. But to your point, like
he'd have to literally run in like over and over again for the whole minute. And we know he's not going to do that. He's better than that. And that is one of the things which makes Sonic so strong in these situations. It's not necessarily the fact that he can time out. It's just the fact that he has this like poise and this posture in these circumstances. But, this is just game 1. Let's talk about a game 5. As Spargo and Ken are sitting in this upper right corner, and they are going at it, both characters at very high percent, and this is a potential kill for Ken.
We were talking about the recovery.
Absolutely. Spargo on his winner's bracket stock here, Goose.
My goodness. Game 5 situation here. Spargo thinking about it. Lost stock situation. How am I going to open this up?
What a spot dodge there for Spargo as he finds that kill. We're going into the last stock of Game 5. Both of these players do not want to commit. They're dashing back and dashing forward, trying to find an opening. And the first one goes to Spargo, but he backs off, trying to make sure he's not overcommitting into this corner.
Yeah, and this is going to be that situation where both characters have the speed and the incredible ability to control neutral, where what are their options? What are they going to do in this kind of last stock situation? Got to keep cool, calm, and collected, not overextend. And I think we're going to see a lot of that, just them choosing and picking their battles, not going for anything crazy.
Yeah, and I do want to point to the timer a little bit. In the bottom right, we did see a timeout there. But right now, 2 minutes left. It's certainly on the edge.
Yeah, it starts to become, again, especially when these kind of characters are on the screen, it does start to become a factor where is Ken starting to think about, well, where do if I get a certain lead, at what point do I start to play even more defensively, but still respecting the fact that I got to take the options when they're presented to me with the speed of my character.
Spargo not hitting that ledge trap was huge, but he gets the up air and almost gets the stock. Finding a little bit of a percent lead is huge in this spot, as 108 on Ken. Spargo still opting to stick with the Pyra, has not swapped back, but now he's off stage. This could be everything. The forward smash. He rolls past.
Oh, and he's not
and
dead.
A forward tilt. He's still alive. Ken. Oh, how does he find his way out? Once again, just rolls past, and the jab beats the spot touch. The
fair.
That might be
He's gonna
it.
do it.
Spargo falls into loser's bracket as Ken pops off in the corner. Incredible showing here from Ken. Great poise under pressure as both these players played their absolute hearts out for that set. What a rush.
Yeah, what an incredible set there. Just really threaded the needle there. Able to find the option at the last second there. Time was starting to become a factor, starting to tick down. Ken found the forward air at the right moment, continuing on winner's side.
I really want to point to the ledge trapping there. Spargo had been doing such an incredible job of ledge trapping that entire set, especially that game. And then at that point, there was just 2 times. Oh, and Tweak bottom
here.
left taking it. But at that point, there was just 2 times where Ken just went for a ballsy option. He rolled out of the corner. That's not something you really want to do very often.
2 times in a row,
2 times in a row, he rolled out of the corner, and that proved to be the factor. He got that jab, beating out the spot dodge, and that was it. That was everything.
Yeah, it's crazy how sometimes those dummy options are actually the things that are going to secure you a Game 5 set like that, a kind of just autopiloting in option.
Yo, by the way, Glutini has 1 T and 2 N's. Sorry.
Yeah, got to just do a quick spelling correction there.
I saw it before earlier. Glutini had been spelled wrong, but it's 1 T, 2 N's. There we go. We got it fixed.
And
but yeah, Tweak did get that set over MVD. We're a little focused on the Game 5 Spargo Ken, but I mean, I don't know. It seemed like he was doing pretty well in the bottom corner there.
It was an adapt because we saw the first game. It looked like there was trouble, right?
Oh yeah,
it definitely seemed like there was some adaptation that we maybe missed a part of the download. We queued in when the download was at 72%,
and we're like, oh, this looks good to me.
Yeah.
All right, and yeah, I mean, Sonic's pocket right now is looking pretty favored by Sonics right now. I mean, he's just has not really been dropping much. He's just been poised, staying slightly ahead the whole time, not really giving up anything big, and that's sort of what you got to do against Steve. It's just like, okay, I'm going to play a long-term game plan where I force him into the corner. I get a lot of damage every time I do, but I don't overcommit because we know what happens when Steve gets a huge opening. And honestly, right now, Steve is, Pocket's getting in a position where he could be answering back quickly with a stock, but the up air does take it here, Goose.
And I'm not sure, was that actually some hitbox extension through the block there? It was a little hard to tell.
Yeah, I mean, you can just hit through the block for a lot of the blocks, and Sonic's up air is really big range. So
it's pretty beefy.
Yeah, but, I mean, Pocket answered back pretty quickly.
Yeah, bringing it to a last stock scenario, and you've got to be thinking in best of 5 with the counter. And, I mean, we talk about stages. Stages in this kind of matchup, very, very important.
Yes.
So you got to be thinking about taking that game 2-0 and then the counter pick situation that puts Pocket into.
Okay, we're in a position where Pocket has just gotten a lead, and that is absolutely ginormous in this matchup. I mean, even though we're not close to timing out just yet, just having a lead means your opponent has to come to you in some way. Sonics cannot afford to force Pocket in on him at this point, and we see there is a very clear distinction in the play style once the lead is there.
We're building. We're mining here. We got workers down there picking away with their pickaxes. Sonic's been recruited to go down into the mines.
He yearns for the mines.
Oh, what an option there, just dashing right in, saying, well, no blocks anymore. It's time to boogie. Looking for that option, but still trailing by a little percent.
Huge opening there for Sonics, and now let's see how he establishes this ledge trap. It's one of the biggest combos he can get with the landing neutral air, but now he's in the corner. Oh my God, he was going for a regrab, but just went straight over, and Pocket was not ready for it as the double up air comes out the forward and almost gets the kill. Oh. Wow, what a showing here from Sonics as he retakes this lead emphatically, and now Pocket has to rebuild these materials. He's completely destitute right now, Goose.
Absolutely, Jet, and we're dealing with a situation here where Sonic's now in the lead. we're going to see the play styles. I mean, he's still picking away like the little miner that he is, but I'm actually a little surprised to see him go into the camp there. Like, at that point, I mean, he saw the option and was able to get a little interaction, but when you're this far ahead.
Yep, that's
it.
it.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, wow. What a nice catch there. But, yeah, I mean, the thing is, as Steve, you need to have a bare minimum of resources before you can really fight. And he needed to build up that supply of iron. He was just slightly behind on that, and I think that was why he opted to be in that corner. But, okay, let's talk about some other sets that have popped up while we're here.
Popping off right there.
Yeah, getting a little bit of a
explosiveness.
Explosive fart coming out of Gluto. And Gluto versus Sho in the top left, and Anathema versus SkyJ in the top right. SkyJ has his work cut out for him in this matchup. I mean, I know he's played a lot versus Big Boss, but still, it's such a tough matchup. It is so hard to get in on Rob, and he can kill you so quickly. Oh, my God. Stop it. He's just a boy.
Please
He's
let him
just
go.
a boy.
And, like, I mean, I've made the argument that in a vacuum, you know, for what it's worth, that Rob down tilt just truly one of the best moves in the entire game.
Oh,
just
easily.
This ridiculous move. And we saw it being employed there. And Gluttony also really answering to Sho initially right off of the bat. And this is a matchup we don't see. We've seen a little bit of Meta Knight resurgence in the recent meta over the past 6 to 12 months. Sho definitely one of the representatives of the character, but this is not a matchup I see super often. Going to be interesting to see how the combo trees work against Wario, because that's always the thing you got to be considerate of.
Yeah.
Are you just getting Touch of Death off the side?
Bro, that's such a bad draw for Sho. I mean, like, think about all the matchups. And there's so many good players in losers bracket, but Gluttony, just I think he's the 4th seed of the tournament. Just such a difficult bracket to run into, and Gluto is definitely going to be a tough opponent for him to take down.
And as far as the combo trees go, like, not that this all the Samuses are obviously really good, but if there was one in bracket here, I mean, that's one of those actual Touch of Death. You just execution check that Samus into the blast zone, and there's some other characters like that as well. I'm not sure if Wario is one of those. It's not looking like it so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's certainly opportunities and situations that you can get the Touch of Death on, but it's not as easy as a character like Samus, like you said. But I thought that was Gluto that got hit. But right now, I mean, Sho is rating pretty evenly with Gluto. At the same time, though, we know Gluto is an absolutely absurdly clutch player who always finds these wasps right when he needs them. But going off stage, the air drift is just so good for Wario.
Yeah, and I think that we're going to have to see Sho finding those offstage kills. That was quite the teleport. The angle on that, just getting up onto that platform to find the kill. That was not an option that I thought Gluttony even had to be worried about at that point.
Oh, okay. He didn't quite get the exact timing on that up air he wanted. But let's talk a little bit about the bottom left, Ashimo versus Tweak. Once again, another matchup where you're like, this could be the grand finals.
Right.
I mean, Tweak and Ashimo are just both incredible players in their own right, and I don't think I've seen them play ever. Maybe somebody fact check me on that in the chat, but I definitely have not seen it happen just yet. So, I mean, Tweak Ashimo, this could be a really, really important match for the rest of the tournament, seeing how it goes down and just answering back straight one stock each, now sitting evenly on this next one.
Yeah, just like we were talking about the storylines here and all the international talent, like, you know, you've got a lot of players who unfortunately maybe they have to team kill each other here and there. That's just how brackets end up working out. No matter how you seed it, you're going to have those. But then you have these opportunities for these, to your point, I think, first-time matchups. Maybe they played at some point a year ago or something. But, like, all of these characters and players who you haven't seen together, and definitely looking like both of these two are very versed in each other's characters, because it's been pretty even here, Jet.
Yeah, looking in the bottom right, though, Sonics is down in this game, and he lost the last game in the set. So, I mean, Pocket is certainly in a position where he could be going up in the set against Sonics. I mean, he's got to mine up a little bit here. Is light on resources, but Sonics is not going to make that easy on him until he gets knocked all the way across the stage. huge opportunity for Pocket to build up his repertoire and get an completely full resource bar, including a backup diamond for when this one breaks.
Yeah, and it's so huge just having those resources on deck for when you need them, especially in this kind of last stock situation on this Game 3. Sonic's starting to open up Pocket a little bit, looking for his opening, and
this
Pocket
could be a big opportunity, but he just goes for the up air. Interesting. I think he could have gone for a little bit more aggressive of an up smash if he wanted to try to secure the stock early, but didn't want to be too aggressive. And now, the
What a
anvil
trade.
almost caught him. This is huge for Sonics. Pocket's off stage, barely avoiding a back air. Another one manages to find his way back into stage, but has no resources to speak of. How is Sonics going to find this kill, or is Pocket just going to get this lead straight out from under his nose?
Sonics has just been able to apply so much pressure that the mining that Pocket needs to do to stay in the offense, be able to actually have an offense, has just been a real factor in this match.
Oh, that dash attack was a huge whiff.
Not quite going to kill yet, though.
And forward air should do it. Yes, Sonics with that long-lasting forward air covers the up B back to stage as SkyJ versus Anathema is going on in the top right, and Anathema has just been sort of clowning on SkyJ for the first 2 games until now, as SkyJ builds up a ton of revenge, but revenge doesn't matter if you're not on the stage. You don't have anything to speak of.
Yeah, and we see those Rob combos can be so nasty with that side B fix knockback that will just kill anyone, but out of fuel? Out of gas?
I didn't think that was possible. I thought he had infinite gas.
I know. I thought there was unlimited gas in the tank, but apparently not. Now, SkyJ definitely getting a second lease on life, but as I say that, that lease is up, needs to be re-signed. That landlord has come to collect, and it's looking like a last stock situation here on this Game 3.
Yeah, SkyJ living his tournament life out might be coming to an end, as Show in the top left goes to his potential last stock of the tournament as well. Really amazing run so far by both these players, but it might be over as Show is just getting hit by Wario over and over again. Gluto proving why he is Europe's best and potentially the best in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Show looking to get anything started here, but unfortunately when you're just kind of trading hits like this, and yeah, that's going to take it. Pretty decisive there from Gluteny.
Yeah, 3-0, 2 stock in the last game. Definitely a show from Gluteny, but right now, Anathema could be falling to one more hit. Oh, the gyro 3 times in a row interrupts SkyJ, and the up smash is there in the perfect position.
Just those cat claws were reaching out, Jet. They were so close. They were reaching out to try and get him.
Feel it.
And then that little robot toy just said, "Hello, here's my up smash."
Yup. Okay, Pocket in the bottom right has decided to go to Final Destination for his counter pick against Sonics, and we'll see how this ends up working out. As I feel like this is definitely a stage that has pros and cons for both these players. I mean, obviously Sonic amazing on FD, but also Steve, has the ability to not have to worry about the platform's extensions by Sonic, not have to worry about anything other than his own walls that he builds.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's still just able
to air dodge through it. There is a little bit of a sticky, scary situation there, but able to make sure stay cool, calm, and collected, get back to ledge there, and right back into neutral. With that being said, Sonics with a solid lead, not really even at kill percent. Pocket just going to say, all right, time to go back to the mines.
Yeah, but in the bottom left, we saw Tweak take that first game. Relatively close match, but right now Ashimo it's just absolutely up an entire stock.
Oh yeah,
almost uncontested here as Tweak needs to find a way to get this kill. Ashimo just keeps living, keeps staying alive no matter what Tweak can do.
Oh, and that's going to be a huge confirm there. Quite a lot of damage tacked on. I love the aggression there and the parry, just going off stage, trying to end my man's whole career with that wicked down punch, that can send you into the blast zone in incredibly early percents.
Yep, and there's the counter. This is almost gets back to the stage. He reversed it for some reason. If he had gone the same direction, he can counter again, but it doesn't actually do very much. Oh, nice.
But
Nice
does it,
confirm into the back air.
shakes it off and says, hold this for me. Thank you very
exactly.
much.
And Pocket finds himself pretty big deficit. Only gotten 20% since we last saw. Finally getting that first stock, but we know how good Sonics is at securing them on his own. Yep, a back air does it, and this is basically the last chance for Pocket in the winner's bracket.
Yeah, and to your point earlier, Jed, just when we see these, specifically this matchup, like when you're playing from this much of a deficit, it just becomes so difficult. And Sonic's so confident in how to play from the position of being in the lead.
Oh, my point earlier when I said it was impossible was not because of the stock differential, it was because of the amount of time left in the game.
Right, yeah. I mean, we're not at that time position yet.
We're still technically possible, but no longer. He's done. He's done.
That was
he knows.
Yeah, I think
sometimes you know.
Because I was gonna say, I was like, I think that was survivable. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh wait, Steve can make it back from anywhere.
Seed saw himself into the blast zone there, and sometimes it's just done. Oh, and we're seeing a character swap down here.
Wow.
To the Diddy.
The Diddy is the option here in Game 3 for Tweak. Play the Sephiroth all last set, so maybe it was just okay, I was just playing Sephiroth, I want to keep playing Sephiroth. But now the Diddy is what's out. The Diddy is what it's about. And I think that this might be a little better versus Ashimo.
Yeah, and curious on the. Do you know about? I'm sure there are Japanese Diddies. I just I don't know if there's anyone at Tweak's level.
Japan. Some of the Japanese players think Diddy is like top 3.
Interesting.
Like top 3, top 4. So I'm not sure who the Japanese Diddies are, but I know that they exist because otherwise people wouldn't think he was that good.
Right. They would not make that presumption. Looking at this percent though, I'm trying to find a kill here, which is something that Diddy can sometimes struggle with.
Okay, I don't know how we missed this, but Spargo versus Riddle started, and Riddles is up 2 stocks to 1, and Spargo is at 100%. So it is already going, and it has already started off, it's already pretty far in there.
And talk to me a little bit about the choice between the Terry and the Kazuya versus Cloud. Do you think the decision going into that?
I think Riddles generally prefers Kazuya just because of the fact that, the amount of ability to get in is better for Terry, granted, but when you get in, how much you get done is so important versus Spargo because you get so few chances to actually win a neutral interaction. When you do, you want to be killing him for it.
Right. So it's really just thinking about the waiting the opportunity to actually interact with the ability to kill when you're interacting.
Right,
and just
exactly.
Weighting that kill potential just a little bit higher seems like it was the correct choice here.
Yeah, I mean, hindsight is 2020, obviously.
Of course.
So, when you win the game, yeah, sure, it was the correct choice. But, maybe Terry would have won as well.
Leo, I'm seeing MK Leo is out in the chat.
Yeah, so Leo lost 3-2 to Kananabe earlier, and it looks like Leo lost to Mute Ace in loser's bracket. 3-0 on Mute Ace's side, 17.
Wow. What a statement.
For Leo. I mean, you hate to see it, but at the same time, it's really impressive to see somebody like Mute Ace continue to keep his meteoric rise going up, getting that revenge on the Genesis set.
Now we're on to PS2. Certainly going to be a different for Kazuya in terms of how to approach getting some of those really incredible kill options. Spargo doing a really good job here until you get hit by that move. Everyone's favorite move.
It's it's what they say. Everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the face.
100%. Especially
Thanks,
when
Mike Tyson.
When you get hit in the face and there's electricity on that hit and getting absolutely deleted there.
Yep, the rage drive being used. He's like, I'm not going to – I don't need to save this. I want to make sure I get the kill right now.
So much damage being stacked on here. 88 unanswered percent.
Oh, he went for the forward air. That makes sense. Down air, he might have killed himself. But, okay, this is also in the top left. Another interesting set is T versus Gluttony. And that's actually a pretty scary matchup for Gluto. I mean, both these players have proven time and time again how good they are. Whoa. That was such an aggressive regrab of the bell, but it's worth it because he gets the stock right after. Oh, man.
Playing 4D chess there, that whole entire setup there was really just impressive foresight and being able to execute on all of that and secure the F smash.
The best combo I've ever seen in the game was the Gluttony combo on T, where he used the trampoline to extend the combo and get a waft after it. It was just literally
it was trampoline into waft.
It was a trampoline in the air into waft. It was just like the most brilliant confirm I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, Gluto against T always pulls out some wild stuff, but he needs to because T is an absolute menace.
And just taking a quick look down into the bottom left, we've got Tweak up 2-1 here. Going into game 4, looks like we're just off to the races here. Getting started, taking some fireballs to the face, and got to find an answer to get in there and not – oh, this –
oh, my God. He really just did that.
He really
did, though.
Jet, what do we just see? That was so sick.
Attack, throw the banana in the other direction. I don't need this. Still kill you.
The awareness of having the time, so much in fighting games in general. What is my frame advantage in this moment? Having the knowledge to know to set that up and get that out of there, still turn around to secure the stock.
Yeah,
really impressive just game knowledge and confidence to pull that off.
Yeah, I mean, the focus attack has so much stun when you get the full charge with the crumple. So I'm not super surprised he was able to do that, but I'm surprised he had the knowledge and the wherewithal to go through with it in bracket this far into the tournament against a player like Tweak. But Riddles does fall in this second game as Spargo is definitely turning it up a notch. Oh, okay. T actually kind of dropping a confirm there. Got a hit with the bell and could have up smashed to get the kill, but still manages to find it with a high up air.
Not usually the way Pac-Man's securing stocks, but every once in a while it does the trick.
Sometimes you need it. You need it. Okay, here is Tweak versus Ashimo. As Ashimo has certainly stepped it up for this game right now. As he is just at kill percent, one more hit. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, just the confidence to keep that pressure on shield. Do. Like you don't know what's coming with FGC. Are they going to try and go for a shield break setup? Are they going to grab you? Are you going to drop shield and show you like what's going to happen?
Oh, the strong down tilt does not combo into the Tatsu. It's just a little bit too far away. But yeah, like you said, it's so hard to know what to do when players are shielding. And another Tatsu sends Tweak up into the air, and Tweak, wow, Tweak is on his. I guess he still has another game if he falls, but he's on his last stock here. And Ashimo certainly is finding more and more opportunities.
Banana combos of his own.
Trips.
And we've seen the banana be almost, not I won't say a non-factor against Asimo, but like to a degree, I mean, just either using it himself or just not getting really hit with it very much.
Bro hasn't gotten hit with a banana in the entire time I've been watching this game.
Yeah, I think there was maybe one up smash confirm or something, but it's really been a non-issue. Just doing a great job walling out with these fireballs, grabbing it and re-grabbing it whenever it's on deck.
Okay, gets that down tilt confirmed, but still not enough to get the kill. And Ashimo has Tweak at death percent right now if he finds one big opening. What the? All right, we talked about this set for one stock, and already in the top right, they're on the last stock. Spargo versus Riddles. We know how explosive both of these characters can be, but the finishing touch, he involved through it.
Yeah.
He involved through the finishing touch. No way. Oh, Riddles is in such good position here. If he takes this grab.
Oh, man, what a brutal angle.
The laser gets the only avenue for recovery for Spargo, and now Riddles is up 2-1. Spargo potentially out at 17. What is it, 17th year? Yeah, 17th.
That's so wild. And you think about, because I believe Spargo had had super uppy on deck. Mm-hmm. So like that laser down into the bottom left was actually like a needed confirm there to actually close out that stock.
Spargo was definitely making it back if he had the if he was able to get past that laser at least.
We're in a last stock situation here in Tweak versus Asimo.
Definitely anybody's game here.
Tweak has been able to just kind of claw back from this deficit and maybe needs another couple hits. Oh. But no, not of these side blast zones. F Smash going to do it.
We talked about how few times Ashima was getting hit with that banana. Almost every time he had avoided it.
I cursed him.
But
Sorry.
finally, just one good banana from Tweak ends the set emphatically. Yeah, wow, what a showing from Tweak. And he moves on in bracket, but man, is every set terrifying for these players.
Absolutely. And Riddles keeping this extension going, ending it off with the laser. Now it's Spargo's turn. Gonna get the ledge trapping started.
Man, they really just alternating turns, kicking each other's asses right now.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, your turn to kick my ass? Okay, here we go. Hit me.
Yeah, it's just, especially, both of them just have such solid advantage states and are able to just blow each other up with so few interactions. Kazuya's heavy as hell, gonna be able to survive that. Another lease on life, and that's just gonna explode you to the heavens. Now on 2 stocks apiece, but with Kazuya, it's almost just like percent sometimes feels like it doesn't matter when you're fighting against him, because, you're essentially just always at kill percent.
Yeah, he can always kill you off the correct interaction. But now in the top left, Bell is on deck. Gluto is so evasive, though. It's really, really hard to find the stock. But we know when somebody's at 150% or more, Pac-Mans want one thing, and it's disgusting, and it's an apple.
It's a tasty, delicious, red delicious. Pulling out that fruit. It's crazy how that thing is just one of the better kill options that I see Pac-Mans all over the world using to secure those stocks, and it's very unassuming. You don't always think it's going to get you, but then it does.
Yeah, and it's got like a really weird angle, too, 45 degrees. And, okay, good opportunity here for – oh my gosh. I wasn't sure if Gluto was going to be able to drift all the way over to the trampoline, but he was not. And I think he had a bike that he could have used. What happened with the bike?
There were some resources still maybe at his disposal, but he was hit in such a strange angle to react to that. And also the platform or the trampoline was kind of hard to even see. It was almost like below the screen there. I don't blame him for missing that. It was a really tough scramble off stage.
Well, the thing I was thinking about is more like he upbeat and he didn't make it back. Like he could have made it back, but he didn't for some reason. And
yeah,
I'm not sure if he got knocked out of the bike or what happened, but Light just popping off over there. Oh my gosh, the crowd going absolutely crazy for him as Light just takes it over Hurt, and a really intense set from the looks of it. Oh man.
And I was about to say, Spargo was sitting at 214%. Finally, Riddles able to clean it up. But we know that Riddles is just one electric win Godfist away from being able to secure this with Rage.
Oh
it's
my
just
gosh.
Getting started.
He hit him off stage. Porter! Spargo's
is
dead!
It maybe enough?
That's it! Spargo he just lost. He's out at 17th. Riddles, 1 Gates of Hell was all it took.
Yeah, and what a simple executed edge guard there.
I had kind of taken my eye off the set because I was sure that Spargo was gonna clutch that out. We were gonna get a game 5, but not today, says Riddles. Not today.
Able to secure it, and I mean, a kind of dare I say anticlimactic fashion, but just a rinse and repeat of taking advantage of the fact that Cloud does get gimped off stage. It's just one of his weaknesses, and able to set up for that edge guard, hit him without his resources and without limit.
What an incredible use there of the side B for T as he caught Gluto's jump in the corner, and then Gluto tried to up B back to the trampoline, but T just took it right away, and now running away with this set, running away with this game, 3 stocks to 1, 2 games to 1. Will it be, 2 games to none.
Yeah, it's looking real, and I mean, I've commentated enough Pac-Man in my region to know that when you're this far ahead, like, good on Gluto to take that stock. That's obviously the beginning of something. It's going to be really rough. Obviously, Wario, a comeback character of sorts, and we got Waft on deck.
I mean, he definitely has to play out of his mind, but, I mean, I've seen Gluto win these.
Like you were saying, he clutches up.
He is a clutch player, but is he this clutch? Is he this clutch today? That's the question. We know he has it in him, but can he execute right now?
Starting to get something started here. Hasn't been getting hit a lot. But even just these trades, like, you've got to be so methodical and careful in how you approach this.
Yeah, I mean, knowing that Waft is on deck to secure the final stock if need be is great, but we haven't seen him hitting it very many times on T, and T is just going up into the sky, opting to be safe, disrupt as much of Wario as he can to find more and more percent, getting into that Bell kill range right now, well into it.
Yeah, and that's where you're going to start to see, Bell F smash becomes a terrifying thing to deal with, and just going to stall off stage for a little bit is totally
Grab
fine.
out of the corner.
Is that going to kill?
It's not going to kill just yet.
So.
Pac-Man's back throw kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, just the fact that he went for that, it's such a scary option to go for. But Gluto with the bell now. The cloche is here, but it's just a distraction. It's not ringing this time. He's just hitting you with a back air.
This is how it starts. Hunt, Rage, and Waft. I don't know what percent it's killing at,
but he regrabs the bell with the forwarder. He didn't think it was going to hit. It could have been a thing, but all right, down throw the bell.
Is going to secure it. T going up 3-0 here. And what do we got here? Bottom left. Oh wait, is this
that's not
I was about to say some scores
correct
happening there. But yeah, now we're zeroed out.
Anathema tweak. So the labels were right. We got Anathema tweak for sure. And wow, okay. Anathema getting this far in a bracket, very, very impressive. We've seen him make some absolutely crazy runs before, but this time taking down SkyJ to make it all the way here. And this is winner gets, what is this, top 12? So if he can take out Tweak, this would be incredible. But no, wait a second. Tweak is playing Sephiroth in this matchup. I know he said before, Diddy Kong versus Rob is literally his favorite matchup. Like, he loves playing that matchup.
Interesting.
Which is, I mean, not very many people like playing against Rob. But I don't know, maybe
in general, but
maybe he just wants to keep the Sephiroth warm for some reason.
Yeah, it could be like one of those things where he's feeling really good about the Sephiroth. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with this matchup, but to your point, if you've got the item play on deck with Diddy and just really are comfortable in that matchup against Rob, maybe it's just a test thing. You know, you got 5 games to work with, feeling really hot coming off that last set. Just deciding to keep that momentum going for now, but it's also not looking like maybe it's going to be it based off what we're seeing on the screen right now.
Yeah, it doesn't seem great so far, but obviously that can change at any point, especially with Sephiroth having that wing online. Meanwhile, in the top right, let's take a look at this set of an unusual character here as well. We've got Beast Mode Paul on the hero, making a great run so far, beating Siski 3-0, and I think I was over on the EE stream, which means he's playing against Hurt right now. I mean, I wouldn't quite say just a new up-and-comer, but definitely his first time
more
in the
establishing,
US.
Yeah,
establishing himself. But a snooze and a kill, finds himself just one stock behind, but it's still, not a good position to be in versus Snake, who just getting back against a lead on Snake, very difficult.
Yeah, and it's interesting when you think about Hero and the counterplay available with bounce and stuff, but that's not really going to come in much of a factor here. Still can get hit by those explosions, and just it's going to come down to the resource management of Hero and how, wow. If you can able to keep getting that.
He got the crit.
And he got the crit.
Of course he does. They always get it when they need it. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, there's a little Hero Discord worship thing where they're all chanting around the world, and whenever heroes need the crit, they send out that spirit energy and they give it to them.
I swear, if there are any heroes around the world not watching this set right now, they're messing up.
Yeah.
This is the hero to watch in this tournament. I mean, he is making the run of a lifetime right now, and he wants to keep going. He does not want to get hurt, does not want to get stopped. But that up tilt is enough.
Gonna hurt him a little bit, though.
Yeah, it'll hurt. It'll hurt for sure. As Tweak and Anathema sitting on this last stock, both these players are definitely fighting for their lives, but Anathema has been showing to be the one large and in charge right now. And still not quite able to get that edge guard, the Omni Slash a little bit easier, but the up throw simply going to take it.
Yeah, and thinking about what you were saying earlier about favoring Diddy in this matchup, it didn't look bad. It was last stock, but if you prefer a character in the matchup and maybe you just want to test something out, I'm based off what you said, I'm expecting to see a different character on the select screen coming up here for Game 2, and Yeah, we're going to the Diddy.
Yeah, not unsurprising. Okay, Hurt already starting off very strong right now, 78% to 12. Has Paul in the corner, just looking. I mean, but one of these things about this character that we have here is sometimes the Christmas lights come on, and when they do,
Right.
it can go absolutely crazy. We got bounce out. We got almost all the buffs. Goes for a snooze on shield, but he knows he's got the psych up here. It can definitely kill quite early if he has the opportunity to.
Yeah, you just want to be careful to not, waste it on a grab or something like that. But even with that being said, don't need no boost at all for her up tilt, which is its own little mini up smash. Going to take that stock pretty handily.
Wow, forward air at 0. Another one into the up tilt.
That works, man.
Huge damage.
That
oh my God, Hurt's forward airing all over him.
Yeah, just fair. Oh, that was a little scary.
All right, and now in the bottom left, we have Tweak already starting up with a pretty good lead versus Anathema. Unsurprisingly, doing a little bit better with the Diddy. It's working out really well for him. So I'm happy to see him, just returning to the Diddy, being confident with it, fighting well with it. Because I think that a lot of times, confidence in your character is really what makes it, what makes the difference.
Yeah,
at this top level.
Believing you can do it with the character, having confidence. Whenever you're dealing with anyone who plays like a lower or mid-tier character who still is able to get the results, obviously you've got to have the skill, the execution, the mental ability, and part of that mental is actually having belief in the character you're piloting.
Oh, and does not actually hit the forwarder, so the tech was unwarranted, and Anathema air dodging into the blast zone, forced air by Tweak, and he sits 3 stocks to 1. As in the top right, also Hurt sitting 3 stocks to 1. This is looking really bad for Hero fans around the world.
Oh, and not
Zumi,
fine.
He had it selected, but didn't quite get it out. Oh, he had 0 MP.
He had 0 MP?
Wow, it's so rare that you have not enough MP to zoom. It's 5.
Yeah, I was about to say, zoom is so few. It's that get out of jail free card, but every once in a while, the jail keeper needs that 5 magic points.
I mean, sometimes he's like, I'm sorry,
Do not pass go. Do not collect
$200.
You can collect 200 on your way down to the blast zone.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, look at Tweak so far in this game, just being really dominating. I mean, it's just
night and day, really.
Not much to say about the first one compared to this one. It's just everything is different. Tweak is in control, in advantage, and not falling for any of Rob's shenanigans and disadvantage.
And, I got to wonder, we can speculate all we want, but when you're playing, you do that first pick, right, the Sephiroth round 1.
Yep.
Thinking about trying to develop at this top level, he's like one of the best Robs, right? You're like, do I want to see if I can do this with Sephiroth? And I'm playing hot right now with this character. Mm-hmm. I prefer this other character in the matchup, but I'm very confident game 2, if I lose, I can go to that character and I'm going to be able to be in a fine position. And just almost training up your other characters in specific matchups and seeing if you can do it, doing a little bit of a test.
I mean, I ain't going to lie. That sounds absolutely wild to me with this high of stakes to be testing something out. But Tweak might just be that madman.
I think so.
He might be.
Because, I mean, we've seen, Tweak does have is known for having that character roster. I mean, how many characters has he played across his competitive Ultimate career?
I think it's 6.
It's quite a few characters.
If I can count correctly, but yeah, I think 6. But okay, Beast Mode Paul finally not falling behind right away as Hurt is falls to that back air, but really keeping this ledge trap. Oh my God, he wants another forward.
Yeah.
Hurt is a madman.
Hurt liking that move, and I don't blame him. It's really, really good.
Oh no, you can't be re-grabbing the ledge. The forward smash is always there. It covers everything.
And it kills you ridiculously early, and we're just trying to end this.
He doesn't want
it.
He doesn't want to play no more.
Just saying, good night, sir. And, all of a sudden, Hurt in a pretty darn commanding lead here. Continuing. Oh, sleeping, but still, I missed what killed him, Jet. I saw him fall asleep, and then he was dead off the side.
I started looking at Anathema Tweak, and then the game ended, man. I don't know what to tell you.
You know what? For all I want to see, let's. I don't know if Beast Mode has an emoji. But for all the hero fans out there, we can get a slime in the chat or something hero related. Just for seeing this character this far in bracket.
Yeah, what an incredible run from Paul. 3-0ing Siski. I mean, just an incredible job going through. I think he beat Andre Sefen right before that as well. So awesome job. Let's throw some slimes in the chat. If you're a hero fan, incredible showing from Paul. But right now, we'll direct your attention to Anathema Tweak, the only thing remaining on the screen for now, as Anathema finding his first lead against this Diddy Kong.
Yeah, and really solid there just with the up smash. Oh, parry into Imagination here, and we're going to have the up smash even this game. Oh, I'm premature here. I forgot. The blast zones on this stage.
Rob,
they'd be pretty high and pretty, yeah, it's a pretty thick toy. Even if the real one's made out of plastic, this one's made out of steel and metal.
But back into this game, just even right up. But so, that American Air Dodge is always scary against Rob, a character that can make you pay immensely for any mistake you make.
Looking for an option there. Just going to jump off ledge, go to that center platform, look for some stage control. And they're kind of both just going to say, let's just chill for a moment before we start scrapping again. And scrap they will. Tweak super happy to get in there, although missing his favorite banana. Let's see if the item play is going to be on deck. It looks like it is.
I feel like if you're a Rob player, you got to have good banana play, right? Oh
Yeah.
my God, the early stock. Anathema just clearing out this Diddy Kong at 84%. Tweak is going to say, I can do that too.
Yeah.
I got toys as well. Eat this down air as Anathema does get answered back. Just a small combo off that grab, but still a lot of game to be played here. They're both trying to pick up their toys. Whose toy wins out? Right now it's Tweaks.
And just looking for those options out of parry, too. One thing I think that we've all noticed develop over the past really 12 months, but it's been developing the whole course of the game, but just the parry game for at top and high level. It used to be something you do on accident. Like, that's day one, right?
Yep.
It kind of happened randomly. Then people started to figure it out as a defensive option to consistently parry stuff. But now there's parry punishes and people really consistently having it as part of their game plan. And it has to be at this high level. If you don't have a parry game, you're not making it this far in bracket.
Yeah, you're behind if you don't have a parry game. But right now, Anathema is definitely suffering the punishes of Tweak's parry game. I mean, Rob is certainly one of the characters people practice parries versus the most, just needing to parry the Nair to get a real punish on a lot of characters. But the there
wow.
it is. And the Smash 4 gets that stock. Not something you see every day, Goose.
Not absolutely. And yeah, the Smash 4, yeah, channeling it back to the character then when he was, he was pretty good in that game. He could do some work. And Tweak going up 2-1 going into game 4 here. We'll have to see what the counter pick is from Anathema. Anything else crazy on this other side of the bracket that we're missing here?
I'm taking a look at the bracket right now, and I think on the main stream we have Cola versus DeBuzz going on right now.
That should be hype.
That's probably a crazy set, but we have one as well as, I mean, I feel like Anathema had every opportunity to get that win, and just Tweak really just he amped up the speed right at the end and really just took away all of Anathema's options.
And now it's Anathema's turn. It's great. Only doing 50-ish%, but it's just crazy. Both of these players with their item play and combo game, it really is just that your turn, my turn. 70%, 70%. And then they're both going to start really actually fishing for those kills around these percents here.
Great tech. Just a really big problem with Tweak and just Diddy Kong in general is that they go off stage. Sometimes you can disrupt them with that while you're recovering. You don't have a lot of ability to come back if you get knocked underneath the stage. You need a lot of time to charge up. So great tech getting out of that situation and keeping the ledge trap going. But Anathema forces Tweak off stage, and he does fall. Not enough time to charge up those barrels.
Like you were saying, put into a bad situation. That all started with that little down tilt follow-up too off the stage.
Did he just reflect a peanut?
He did.
Why?
For the memes.
Why?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. He was like, I don't want to get hit by this. And even though I would be a little afraid, frankly, to get punished, just said, nah, you can have this peanut back. And we are back to completely even stocks.
That can't have been an intentional rotor arm there.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that one was unintentional for sure. As now, Tweak is just dominating Anathema on stage. Every single opening he gets, he takes so far. But Anathema answering back with these gyros, tried to read an air dodge, but Tweak with the aggressive answer back. Something you don't see very often out of Tweak, but when it is the right opportunity, he does let it rip.
Tweak able to put on such an incredible clinic at these low percents, and it's not even all true combos. Like, it starts out with a true actual combo, but then his follow-ups and just being able to be in the right position with his fairs and bears, it just feels like he gets 70% for free every time.
Wow, the startup of that up smash got interrupted by Tweak, and now just barely living, but Anathema does finally fall to the forward air. Tweak in good position to take this set, move on in bracket, but the gyro is here. How is Anathema going to punish? He doesn't realize that Tweak was going to go onto the stage. He thought Tweak was going to grab the ledge. He's just a little bit too late with the punish. Huge opening for Tweak, as now he gets the downer into the up tilt, keeps the combo going here, Goose.
Just really good awareness once he realized he wasn't getting punished, able to start a punish of his own, and to your point, just landing right there is like, no way you're going to land right in front of me.
Nah.
No way you're going to be a sit and duck. And he's like, that's exactly what I'm going to do, because that's not what you're expecting in this situation. Anathema having a little bit of a punish of his own, trying to get something started, but Tweak just able to get back on. The back air
answers the back air. Mine's bigger than yours, as Anathema has one more chance in this game. He's got a gyro in hand. We've seen these combos from Robs before, but this is Tweak we're talking about. One of the best in the game to ever do it.
What patience there. Just not taking anything too far beyond that, saying, you know what, I could go for something crazy, but look at me, I'm at 0, you're at 129. I only need one more of a couple of my confirms to close out this entire set. The patience here. Anathema taking a little breather under the stage.
Oh, how does
Burning
he get
that
out of
fuel.
this corner? He's so scared to get off the ledge.
Yeah,
he
that's
should
going to do
be.
it.
Tweak, down tilt back air. Easy confirms. Going to move on. And 17th here for Anathema. Amazing showing. Just an incredible performance all day after he took out Kurama 3-0 in the first round. But that is all of our top 32 done, excluding, I guess there's going to be one more set, Lima versus the loser of Cola and DeBuzz. But I think that's going to be it for us. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching this quad stream. It was an incredible journey, just crazy matches left and right. Hardly able to keep our minds still for even a second.
It's crazy. Just you have to be looking all over. I'm sure everyone at home, you know, if you imagine how you guys feel trying to follow the matches, imagine how we feel trying to see all this insanity happening at this high level. Just a bunch of heartbreakers, a bunch of storylines all happening on screen at once. And we've still got so much more Action Jet coming down the pipe. Make sure to stay tuned to those other streams as well. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to this premier tier event that we're hosting here in the PNW, Port Priority 8. It's been a pleasure commentating for you. Been a pleasure, sir.
Absolutely.
Goose.
I'm Jet the Jenga God. You can find me on my Twitter at JetSSB. Please send me any, comments, positive, negative, anything you want to say.
We love the hate. We love the love.
Hate. We love
all
the love.
of it. Give it to us.
Give it to us, for sure. Thank you so much for watching. You'll see me at Genesis Black in a couple weeks. But
Make
for
sure
now,
to tune in.
Enjoy the rest of the tournament. Peace.
Peace, y'all.